pull up. Probably bringing some food for tomorrow.
For tomorrow?
Cause he has other locations.
Well, you gonna be somewhere tomorrow?
Who, him? No, I said he might come back because he thinks I'll bring food for tomorrow. There he is. Dr. Baruch. How you doing? I'd like to meet my nephew Tyron.
How you doing, Tyron?
We're gonna bring him in real quick. He's part of DC Cap. He's one of the finalists for the scholarship at the Kennedy Center.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna do a little bit about him today.
Sure.
But I was just talking about you in a very positive way.
There you go. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
He was all nice.
Mhm.
All right, great. They give
Take-
you,
Yeah.
okay.
Take that stop out the door for me,
Yeah.
please.
Well, we about to stop?
In about 10 minutes. Less than
Yeah.
10 minutes. 4 minutes.
Okay, then.
I mean, when your guy comes in, we can take a brief break.
Okay. Thank you.
I ain't even do I ain't do nothing.
Right, you gotta keep in mind, you still gotta do his bio, so
Yeah.
you might want to go ahead and get that out the way. Once he come in, I could just
Right
we
in
could
front
take
of
we could go when he comes in.
Mhm.
We can segue to his first music thing
Okay.
and let that play. Then he can get comfortable and everything.
All right.
So you know, you could just keep everything.
So you look at that camera.
I'll back up so you ain't see me while you doing that.
You can look at that too when you want to. 'Cause that's the live one. That's the YouTube live.
Is it going live now?
Yeah, it's live now.
He's live now.
Oh man. Yo, what's that?
It got you. You on there?
You're all the way in this shot.
I mean, he probably gonna edit you out, but
No, I'm not. I leave it just like it is.
Really? You put it from there to there?
No, I printed it out, and I said, "Oh, I have it on here." You know, so I might read it from here. Just remember my notes where I stopped. 'Cause it's I don't have the edited version.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Kool-Aid. Yeah, I think preparation is the
Yeah,
biggest
right.
thing. Yes.
If I ever do pass, I'm
That's
gonna
what?
come. If I ever do get to the final.
When you do. Yes.
When I do get to the final.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna come back and thank people.
Absolutely. That's what we plan to do.
'Cause, you know, I'm actually trying to see it. Cause you know something
Mm-hmm.
I was really thinking about
What's that?
having one of my friends come in
Yep.
with me.
That'd be
Actually
cool.
thank the people the ones that passed. See if
Mm-hmm.
one of them could come in with me and thank the people.
That sound like a plan, sir.
Can I not just do me only?
What you mean?
Can I not just say only me? Can I say
it's-
vote for my people, my friends, Ryan?
Nah, bro. They'll be alright.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. man.
Serendipitous, bro. They'll be alright. Nothing. We just nervous. We'll be alright.
I've never been on.
But yeah, so you be like, my name is what?
Tyron Dickerson.
Just like a better conversation. I'm a finalist.
Wait,
DC
so
Cap.
that's how you want me to say it?
However you want to say. I'm just saying this is
Oh.
some information. So
You
oh, yeah.
surprised me out of nowhere. I really
know,
didn't pay
yeah.
attention.
Sometimes that's the best kind. But yes,
Well,
you're 2019 DC Cap finalist.
yeah,
And it's,
semifinals.
Semifinalist, right.
2019 DC Cap semifinals,
Mm-hmm.
and I really want to make it to the finals.
you already made it to the
Well-
finals.
Yeah, because on the website it says that you all are finalists. Let me go to
Contestants, it says.
contestants, but you're like finalists. Let me see.
DCCap.org. I mean, DCCapGala.org.
Always type it yourself. I mean, even though it fills in for you, you don't want to lose that skill of typing. You know?
Ah,
Yeah, that's part of it. It's called the British Invasion. I guess whatever it is. So who's gonna choose your songs? They will.
no, I think me.
All right, we're gonna get you and see how long it is, so we can get you something that's real. That shows all your
I can
skills.
find. No,
People-
go back up.
Good people, it's 5 p.m.
No, you better see Drew.
Mhm.
You gonna see Drew.
If we can wait for him, I don't
Yeah.
mind the show being shorter.
Okay.
I'm just for him to wait in. I can't. Can you hear their voices?
Go back up.
Oh, what's that?
Here go Drew. Wait, there you go. There you go Drew.
Oh, that's Drew. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Go to contestants. And then there you go.
Right.
Semifinalists.
Oh yeah, he's a semifinalist. I'm sorry, 2019 semifinalist.
Ah. go.
There it is.
There you go.
And when I don't know what I was doing. I guess they just put this up. When I first went on, I did not see this video.
Yeah.
Was this video up at first?
No.
So when did you see the video?
When I after this third time.
Because I went online on that.
You could put that on the thing.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah.
I may do that, but I don't know. I'm trying to find a different channel.
But I would appreciate it in the recording. They could have looped that into the recording instead of it just being out external like that. You know, like we do, like when you play on with tracks, when you playing covers,
Yeah, I got
you can't really hear the cover. You did a good job, Bill. I like your charisma as well. Because I could tell you was looking at people's reaction when you were playing.
I'm almost certain this is him calling again.
That's him calling me again.
Calling, yeah.
Oh man. Oh man, that's something.
I didn't catch the phone call.
I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to do it.
Oh, you can see that.
Ain't not doing it for me. If I press this close right here, I think it will. Let me see. Just one of those things. I'm sorry. Reconnecting. Huh? I'm gonna read his bio.
Yeah, please and thank you, sir. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I cut some things out, so I apologize. I'm not getting that straight. I'm sorry.
No.
I guess get him.
Get that.
Yeah, it's locked.
It's on. It's still on.
How are you? Thank you. I am so sorry. Hey, you guys, about
Understanding, folks. Here, you can take your coat off. You can sit on the couch.
Will
You
do.
can
All right.
You be sitting at the second
Okay, how you
chair.
doing, brother?
Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Patio.
Fine. I
Make you
apologize
small.
for being late.
That's right.
Sorry about that. No, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, so where do I sit?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna start the show. We're gonna go through our announcements.
Okay.
And during our announcements, we're gonna bring Tyron in
Okay.
for a quick moment, and then once Tyron is, then he goes off the set, and then it just be you and
Oh,
I.
okay. Fantastic.
And over the phone, Onika Terrell, she's currently in New York. She's gonna be over the phone asking you questions and talking to you as well.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have to
Hello,
bring a
Mrs.
copy?
Law. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, hello. How are you?
I'm welcome.
Oh, good, good. Wonderful. Wonderful to talk with you.
All right. So,
Same here.
real quick before I start it, I'm gonna give you some orientation. Okay. So, this angle that you're seeing up here, one, you'll never look at the TV. It's
Right,
always
right.
gonna look strange.
Right, right.
The camera in front of you is your camera. So
Okay.
you're speaking to the audience.
Uh-huh.
You want to look at that camera ahead.
Okay, fantastic.
If you look there, that's what it's gonna look like.
Right, I
Okay.
understand.
Same thing for you. If you speaking to the audience, look straight ahead of that camera.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about directing it to the mic. The mic can pick you up from anywhere on the table. So you don't even have to speak into the mic. I got it at a nice level now.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you are talking to Robert, if you're talking to
Face
Robert,
him.
face him. This camera is gonna pick you up, but don't even worry about that. I'll switch the angles when necessary.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Other than that, never ever look at this camera because this
Uh-huh.
camera wouldn't. This camera can't see you, so it's
Okay.
always gonna look strange. You just
Yeah.
looking out into space.
I got you.
Okay. Same thing for you. Never look at this camera because no one can see you looking at this camera.
Okay.
All right. Other than that, if they have any questions, post it in the comments section. I'll just raise my hand and let you guys know what those comments are. Or if you're reading them, you can read them
Okay.
off yourself.
There you go.
Other than that, I'm gonna count you down. Anika, could you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right, so everybody's here. When you are ready for your music, just let me know which one you want me to play. I have them
Okay.
all queued up.
Oh, that's
so just
fantastic.
let me know which one you want me to play.
Okay.
All right. So
Fantastic.
Give me about 10 more seconds. 1 second.
okay,
1 second.
let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
I have it muted, so everyone that wants to share, they can share it. If you want to share from your Facebook Live right now, you can. They can't hear anything that we're talking about right now,
Right.
so
Yeah.
please
Make
feel
sure you
free.
add me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Please feel free. I'm also, as always, gonna be tuning in from my phone just to make sure everything is going the way it's supposed to be going. So.
Okay.
Just noticed this.
Oh.
So Anika,
Yes,
will you be able to share it for us? I just realized that I wasn't logged in.
sure, that's fine. I got you.
No, on Facebook?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I'm on Facebook, yes.
Thank you. All right, let's go.
I'm gonna count you down.
All right.
1 second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is It Needs to Be Heard with Mr. Robert Eugene Young.
And Onika Terrell. Now that you heard it,
What will you do? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is December the 16th, 2018, and we have Mayfield Small as our guest and also Tyron Dickerson. The name of our show today is Renewing Your First Love. Renewing Your First Love. And we're truly elated to be here today. We're excited how successful our season has come. And I'm really excited because I have someone really special
Ladies and gentlemen,
and
this
dear
is
to
It Needs
me
to Be Heard
that
with
I
Mr.
know
Robert
that I've
Eugene
met a
Young.
few years ago, and I'm excited to share him with the world and to give him even more exposure that he most definitely and truly deserves. But before we go to anything else in our show, as you know, you can call in to the show. You can send emails to itneedstobeheard@gmail.com, and also you can call in at 240-455-5934. That's 240-455-5934. And some of our reflections from last week, our show was entitled, Now That It Has Happened, Where Do We Go From Here? And it was dealing with grief. And our guest was Miss Barbara J. Smith, who was a certified emergency room nursing assistant in the DMV area hospital. And she was sharing with us how her daughter, her 18-month daughter, was her helped her grieve the loss of her newborn son, in which after he was born, he practically passed away in her arms. And and she also shared how life worked out, how her next child was actually born on the day that the previous child was buried, on December the 5th. But she just really shared some really, you just never know what people go through and how they how to recover. And it was really interesting how her child and her responsibilities that she had with her 18-month-old daughter that helped her through. Sometimes you hear things such as, I went to therapy, or I just started a new job and learned a new language. But in this case, it was actually her child. And she was really a wealth of information. She also shared how surreal it was about when she was in the emergency room, when she was in the hospital, when she's actually the medical professional. This time they were asking her questions and trying to get things straight for her. And how she was really very open and transparent with us, how she felt, the pain she went through, the agony, but with God, she was able to come through.
Oh, yeah.
Onika, was there any reflections from last week's show that you would like to share?
oh yes. So Miss Smith, Barbara, I know her affectionately. One of the things that stood out was that to reach out to people when you are going through something specific and heartfelt as grief. It's easy to get into your own corner, your own space, and shut people out. But reaching out is always a good thing. You can't shut people out. Well, you mentioned that her daughter was the one who helped her through, because she just looked at her daughter and she's like, I cannot do this, continue being in the same space. I'm looking at this child who is alive and healthy, and I have to take care of her. So reaching out is one of the things that people need to do in order to go through or help with the grieving process. It's hard, yes, but it's also necessary. And she also mentioned that it's okay to get some other extra help. She mentioned she had to seek some type of therapeutic prescription to get her in a great frame of mind, pretty much. But it's not something so overly taboo if you need something, but don't stay on it or remain there just to get you through that process. Because it's not a great headspace that no one wants to be in, and it's very stressful. And so reaching out is so important, and if you know someone that is going through such a grief process, reach out to them, ensure that they are in a good headspace, and pray and do acts of kindness. Her sister, Miss Linda, her sister, got her through, kind of shook her up as well to kind of get her out of that headspace. So reaching out to people is so necessary and so important in this process, and we don't do this alone. So those were the reflections that stood out to me within our last show.
Awesome, that was fantastic. And Onika, thank you for your insight. It is so important to reflect and go back to what you've learned from other people. You can glean from other people as well. But we are in this together. Some other things I'd like to say is, as always, thank you to Dr. Baruch and eLife Media Group and the Everlasting Life Restaurant. We're truly here, and also to let everyone know that there still have opportunities for, you can start your own show here. They have some specials going on, and you can call them at 301-324-6900. That's 301-324-6900. Onika, if you can start with our announcements.
I sure can. So one of the things we have is a publishing company. The young lady is named Jessica Ann Mitchell Ayuar. She has Our Press Legacy, and you can reach her if you have a book or any type of writing to publish. You can call, or actually not call, you can go into Our Legacy, that's LEGACI press.com, or you can reach her at JAMAIWUYOR@gmail. Also, we have Pastor Leslie and First Lady Evangelist Shirley Person. We'd like to announce that their Restoration Temple Church of God and in Christ is an official Toys for Tots drop-off site. So the days that you can go ahead and drop off your toys is Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Wednesday evening from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. If you have to schedule your drop-off, you can call the Aspiring Missionary Mamie Young at 301-254-1198. That's 301-254-1198. Or you can email Restoration Temple Kojic at Yahoo. That's Restoration Temple Kojic at Yahoo. The address to drop off your toys, and I'm sure they're so greatly will appreciate it.
Absolutely.
14300 Gallant Fox Lane is the inner suite, and the first level, just 105, suite number 105 in Bowie, Maryland, and the zip code is 20715. That is 14300 Gallant Fox Lane and inner suite, the first level, suite number 105, Bowie, Maryland, 20715.
That was
Also, our listeners to realize and note also that we have, if you want to send in birthday greetings or anniversary dedications, please do so with our show. We are excited to share about love and
Yes.
new life each and every time we come on the air.
All right, you snuck that one in there. Yes. And before we continue, also know that we can also be viewed at this current time on YouTube Live at It Needs to Be Heard, at It Needs to Be Heard. Now for my announcements. My first announcements, as always, is the Peacock House networking group. And we are a group of professionals, entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs who are here to help other entrepreneurs of all ages, young and older, because sometimes children have great ideas that can change this planet. So we want to encourage the children and the older persons as well to come out, and we can help them either develop their business plan and or to make their business plan better. It's always important to be around like-minded people. That makes life, not saying that your challenge won't be a challenge, but it makes it a lot easier and also helps you to stay focused. And the point of contact is Dr. Chi Chi at 240-304-9481. That's Dr. Chi Chi at 240-304-9481. And that's also where I held my Zumba class for the last 9 weeks, which is actually this Monday, tomorrow, will be the last day for our 9-week session, and we will start back up at the same location in February. Another announcement is, for those who would like to support It Needs to Be Heard, can send monetary expressions of affection to GoFundMe.com/It Needs to Be Heard. Also with PayPal, email address It Needs to Be Heard with an S, It Needs to Be Heard @gmail.com, and with the Cash App with the $, It Needs to Be Heard to identify us. Once again, Cash App is $, It Needs to Be Heard. So we're really excited because we're bringing in the end of our next first season, but we're already looking forward to February. So we will keep you all posted with everything that we're doing. Right now is a special announcement, and I'd like to introduce to the world my nephew, the son of Talita, Yolanda Adams Dickerson, Mr. Tyron Markeo Dickerson. How you doing, Tyron?
I'm alright, sir.
Doing good, sir. Tyron, we have Tyron. He's actually a semifinalist for the District of Columbia College Access Program, and I am so excited to have him here, because that's why we're here with It Needs to Be Heard, because our desire is to create a platform of integrity that is able to maintain respectful shows and respectful identities throughout this world, not just this nation, but also this world. And you can go and vote for Tyron on DCCAP, that's DCCAP.org, and the voting ends January 20th, 2019. And on Wednesday, April the 10th, 2019, at the Kennedy Center, they will be performing. I would like to thank in advance Mr. Hodges of H.D. Woodson High School. He also just received his, I think he's working on his master's or his graduate studies. He's supposed to be graduating soon, so congratulations to Mr. Hodges, and also Mr. Payton and all the other judges and participants and volunteers that are helping with DC CAP. So, Mr. Tyron, how are you, sir?
I'm alright.
You doing good?
Yes.
Let us know something about DC CAP, and let us know what school you attend and why you're here today.
Something about DC Cap. It's actually Mr. Hodge introduced me to it one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually surprised, like, what's this for?
Mm-hmm.
So he told me this is for college. I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but the prize is $10,000 in college funds. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's good for me. I was like, okay, what do I have to do to sign up? So I can have already stuff that I can do, because I want to actually thought about it going to college first, and I was thinking I might as well get a scholarship or something, because I was just like, I don't got enough money for that yet. But then when Mr. Hodge introduced me to it, I was like, all right, what I have to do? Told me I had to do essay. So I was like, okay, and it was long. It was really long.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you, but when I was done, Mr. Robert here took me to my first audition
Yes, sir.
without a drum set.
Yes,
First.
we didn't know there wasn't one there.
Yeah, we didn't know.
They were very flexible with us.
Yes.
Yes, we appreciate it.
And then, what was this, like a week later?
Yeah, a week later.
Yeah, a week
come
later,
back.
we went again with the drum set, thanks to Mr. Robert Young of his, that actually got me to the next round. and they kept texting me, texting my email, and they told me I had a practice session. So I was like, okay, I can do that. I was thinking about, I didn't want to go. I was like, I already had stuff down. But Mr. Robert, he just forced me. He ain't forced me, he just wanted me to get myself in better so I can better myself when I have stuff that I need for the recording. So when I went, it was so much. I met a lot of good people. It was no people that was mean, no people that was harmful or nothing. They had the great attitude, nice people that you could talk to, like you say they went to church with you or something, like they went to school with you or something. But I can say some of the people I actually knew since I was younger. But it's a great experience. My recording, it went great when I actually looked at it. I was losing my mind in the house by myself. Nobody was in the house. I was so surprised. And if it weren't for my family or my church family or my Uncle Rob, nor even my pastor, it's so much. Well, the school, H.D. Woodson.
There you go. The Tower of Power.
Tower of Power. That's what it was called at first until it got torn down. Now it's Warriors, Woodson Warriors. We had a principal. His name was Mr. Slade. Last year he left, and then this year we got a new principal that came from Cesar Chavez. His name is Mr. Massey, William Massey, and he's a nice principal. He's actually nice. He's calm when he talks to people. He actually tells you what you got to do. He encourages you when you come in school tired or something. He encourages you to push you forward, and I've been actually thankful for a lot of things. I'm feeling like his heart, his mind, and his motivation brought me somewhere, brought me in life. And can I make a brief thing, Uncle?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Next year, me and some of my good band members and some of the models and teams, we will be doing after the New Year's session. It's a thing where we have schools from DC public schools come to H.D. Woodson, from people that don't have a band and that people that have a band that don't want to join that band.
Oh.
Just come to H.D. Woodson and we would get you right. We can do a lot that you would need. We can get you into an instrument that you would actually like. And we really need this because we had a little bit of people. In my 10th grade year, we did the MLK parade. We're trying to do that again next year, and I really need y'all help, really.
Awesome.
So.
And when does that start? It starts until the 19th or the next school year.
Next school year.
Okay.
We'll give it to say the 4th when we come back the 2nd. So. Please, if you can, come in. Please.
Awesome. Thank you, Tyra. We appreciate it. And what's that awesome honor of yours? What's her name? Nickname Sweet Pea. What's her name?
Thais.
Give her some shout out.
My aunt.
And her family.
My aunt.
Yes.
Thais Gross.
Yes.
My mother, Chalita Vondelier. I'm gonna say Vondelier Dickerson. The greatest mother of all time.
Awesome.
My brothers, Arnett McFadden and Traville McFadden. My cousin, Jalil Dickerson. My other cousins, Mickey Romaine, James / Dickerson. That's what moved on. But I'm really thankful for all of my family. I'm really serious.
Awesome.
Because it wasn't for actually. The first person I say, God.
Amen.
Because that was the first person that actually helped me, that actually gave me a sign to get this down. And through God, through Uncle Rob, helped me. So I'm actually thankful for being here.
Absolutely. And this was a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't know until he walked in that he was going to be on here today. But we just want to continue to support our youth. Going back to DC Cap, if you have any questions or concerns, please contact Natalie Bennett. Her email is natalie.bennett@dccap.org. That's Natalie spelled NATALIE.BENNETT @ dccap.org. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving forward to our special guest here today, Mr. Mayfield Small. And I'm really happy for him, but for another reason that he may not know of. When we first started the show, we weren't getting any responses. But when I first spoke to Mayfield about it, he said yes immediately.
Absolutely.
And though time has gone by, we wanted to bring him in before our first season is over to show my appreciation to you, because it can be a little stressful when I think the easiest part is actually doing the show, but getting all the materials together. So we really thank you for joining us today, Mr. Mayfield Small. And
My pleasure.
Awesome. So we're going to start off with your bio. I'm going to go through your bio. I'm going to need a little help with some of these words or the places that you've traveled. But I'm truly happy to have you here today. Mr. Mayfield Small Jr. has been in music for most of his life. As a child, he developed a desire to sing. As he grew, he began to write songs that little or no one heard other than himself. It was only when he met the late Raymond Raspberry, okay, that fruition of his dream would emerge. Mayfield sang with Raymond and traveled across the country between meeting greats who have inspired us all. After coming off the road with Raymond, Mayfield formed his own group, the Mayfield Small Singers, who would later visit some of the same cities, towns, and churches across the country paved by his experiences with Raymond Raspberry. Mayfield briefly explored secular music after coming to what he thought was a dead-end road with his gospel music and began recording under the direction of the late Van McCoy. Mayfield recorded with Buddha Records, Buddha Records, and Avo Embassy Records,
AFCO Embassy.
Embassy Records, under the direction of Hugo and
Luigi.
the famous duo who produced Frankie Lyman and so many back in the day. He continued to meet world-renowned singers and musicians. These experiences incorporated the experiences he had gained prior open doors for Mayfield when he started traveling across the waters. Mayfield continued to write songs which were picked up and recorded by Esther Phillips and also Peggy Weston. Mayfield, along with the late Wayne T. Davis and Miss Carrie Cole, backed up Roberta Flack, as she rocked Crampton Auditorium at Howard University in Northwest Washington, D.C. Mayfield also has fond memories of him playing "Oh Happy Day" for DeLuise at Mr. Henry's in Washington, D.C. He also has fond memories of a dinner he hosted with Dionne Warwick as a special guest. But after realizing he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, Mayfield began to search for his way back. Thus, the title of our show today. Recommitting his life to the Lord, Mayfield returned to gospel music, began to find the peace and joy that accompanies a man of faith. Entering into the ministry of the word and continuing to write, Mayfield reformed his gospel group known as Mayfield Small and Company. That group traveled and recorded under the independent label Mayglow Records and enjoyed ministering all over the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area and traveling also to Kentucky, Indiana, and other areas of the Midwest. Mayfield's music has been sampled and recorded by such artists as Esther Phillips, J. Cole, LL Cool J, Faith Evans, Mobb Deep, Ja Rule, and
The
Damaja, Beverly Knight, and others. Awesome. during his travel, he has visited, that's why I say international as well. During his travels, he has visited Europe, Germany, France, Switzerland, Belgium, Azores, how you pronounce
Azores.
Azores,
yes.
and
Mhm.
Portugal, Sundstrom,
Thunderstrong, Greenland.
Greenland, Lagos, Nigeria,
Lagos,
Nigeria, West Africa, Barbados, where he preached and sang nightly at Mount Calvary Holy Church, pastored by Bishop Harold I. Williams and his wife Shirley Caesar. Amen. And again to Jamaica and several islands in the British and the U.S. Virgin Islands. One of Mayfield's fondest memories of Mayfield is when Mayfield Small and Company performed at the Darrell Coley, as Darrell Coley preached in the New Image Baptist Church in Washington, D.C. Mayfield being one of the guests to perform at the National Progressive Baptist Convention held in Los Angeles, California, and performing at the famed Lincoln Theater in Washington, D.C. My Song Unto the Lord, produced by Bernard Maverick. Awesome. We are almost done with all of these wonderful accolades. I'm going to go here because my computer's not moving. Mayfield asks that you pray for him and countless others as we are determined to stay on the battlefield for the Lord, knowing that the scripture says, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, even if we faint not. Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. And also, songs you may remember Mr. Mayfield Small and Company are Lift Your Voice High, Alpha and Omega, Show Me, Jesus Can, and
Yea and amen.
Yea and amen.
Yea and amen.
Thank you, amen. Thank you, Mr. Small, for coming
Well,
on.
praise the Lord. Thank you
How
so
are
much
you?
for having me.
Yes,
Time
absolutely.
well, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, it is really an honor. I tell you, I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be here,
Yes.
Robert, and I truly thank God for the way He is bringing you up in this type of ministry. I
Yes,
think
sir.
it's so awesome.
Thank you.
I really admire that.
Thank you, sir.
Amen.
Thank you so
Praise
much.
God.
Mayfield Onika, I met him through my pastor Jeremiah Murphy, and I think 2010 maybe.
It was back there.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but this is a young guy. This guy, he said I can say his age. He is 74 years old and still have pipes. I'm talking about. I mean, his piano progressions. I could just tell that he's just well learned, just mature in his craft. He respects his craft. Everywhere I go, even when I fill in for him, sometimes at Third Street Baptist, he's just highly respected and loved everywhere he goes. And I do appreciate him. And I know this will be a platform to even add another chapter or a couple of books or encyclopedia series to his already extensive autobiography.
And I'm excited to add that.
Absolutely. So
praise God.
and in our profession, it doesn't matter how old you are. You still can travel and sing worldwide.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. Looking forward to some great things happening in the near future.
Yes.
And although you read so beautifully, and it was nice to hear those things about myself.
Yes.
Praise the Lord. But even though I've done those things, there's so much more out there that God has for me.
Absolutely.
And I'm just excited about all of the things that He's promised me. And I have the hope that I'm going to receive them all.
And you will.
Amen.
Another thing I like to just point out before we get into the interview, Onika, another thing I appreciate about Mayfield Small is that you can just tell by the tone of his voice and his nature that he's a nurturer.
Thank the Lord.
And I want men in this world to know that we are nurturers. We're not just providers. We're not just protectors. We're also nurturers. Our kids and our family needs us to be there. They need to hear our voice.
Right.
They need a hug from us. You know, they need to feel that muscle sometimes. That muscle, just to comfort them and put their head on our shoulder, on our chest, and know that they are safe. And just from knowing you, I just really embrace that aspect of myself as well, because you just never know when you grow up what you hear and what sticks with you. And being a nurturer was not one. I've always connected a nurturer being with a female.
Right.
But just like men are providers, women are providers. Just like women are nurturers,
men are nurturers.
Men are nurturers. And just like men are disciplinarians, women are showing up
Yeah,
disciplinarians.
yeah.
I know they sure are.
Sometimes more so.
More so, because I know my father used to forget, but my mom didn't forget.
Yes,
She'd come in there and whip my tail. I
yeah.
sometimes had on 2 pair of pants, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but she would. But
Yeah.
with you, Mavis, I never shared it with you, but I wanted to share with you publicly
Mhm.
that I appreciate you. I watched you, you know, in that
Praise the
vein as
Lord.
well, and
Amen.
with your family, your grandchildren.
Yes, yes.
I
Praise
really,
God.
really just was like, that's really, you have been outside of music and ministry, you have been a good example of being a grandfather and a nurturer. So I appreciate you and I thank you.
Oh, I thank the Lord, and I truly give God the glory.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always wonderful when something that you do is appreciated. When it's
Yes,
first of all noticed,
absolutely.
and then later appreciated. And I really appreciate that, Robert. Thank
Absolutely.
You, and I thank God for that.
So we do have some of your music as well, and we just wanted to know which one would you like us to start with?
Well, I tell you what, if I could sort of toot a horn with regarding the song "Lord, You're My Everything," which is the title of my latest album. This particular song was nominated for a Grammy
Oh,
back
awesome.
in 2007.
Mhm.
And I made it to the second round. I heard Tyra talk about him
Mhm.
getting to the next round. So I made it to the second round. I didn't make it to the third round.
Yes.
But just to be nominated was an honor.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
then to make it to the second round was an honor.
Yes.
I didn't make
Oh,
it to
that's
the
awesome.
third round, but it was just awesome. So to me, that was my Grammy right there. That was my
Yes.
stellar right there.
Awesome.
But the song that I'd like for you to hear, I'd like to share with you today, is a song that I wrote, produced by Isaiah D. Thomas, and it's called "Lord, You're My Everything."
Awesome. So we'd like to play that.
Amen.
Yes, absolutely.
Good fellas. That's right.
All right.
Make them small.
Picture of the CD.
Oh Lord, how excellent is your name to me. You saw me when my soul was bound and you made me free. Oh Lord, I worship you. I worship you. All praise and love I gladly give to you. Oh, you were everything. It's only to you my heart could sing. Oh, how I do love and calling your name. You're always the same. Oh,
I can see it. Oh, picture.
so I'm not on camera.
You on camera? We just being free. Yes,
I gladly bring to you. Oh Lord, how excellent is your name to me. You saw me when my soul was bound and you made me free. Oh Lord, I worship
Is that the one that you sent to me a few months back that you wanted to get
Yes.
the likes for? Can you explain what you would like to do with that particular song?
Oh, sure. That particular track is on YouTube, and it was released some years ago, but it just went worldwide. So everywhere music is sold and bought and heard, you can get it. Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Deezer, YouTube, CD Baby, you name it, and it's there. And I've been asking for hits on YouTube.
Yes.
So I'd like for you to visit that on YouTube. It may feel small, Lord, you're my everything. And share it, like and share it. And you'll be encouraging my heart
Absolutely.
as I try to encourage yours as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm just so happy to be here. It just seemed like it was so long ago when I first started speaking with you.
Mhm.
And Onika, she has a few questions for you.
Okay, sure. Hi, Onika.
Hi, Mr. Small. Thank you so much for joining us. That song was just beautiful, it's heavenly. I truly enjoyed listening to that. I
Happy
look
to hear
forward
that.
to listening in its entirety in the future. So thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you so much. You're more than welcome. I'm so happy to be here.
You're welcome. There's so much greatness in that room right now. That's why I think I'm over here. Where I am in one room, so much musical talent. I don't feel worthy.
Oh, bless
So
your
that's why I
heart.
think I'm going to be here for a bit. But the questions I have for you, can you simply tell us about when your love for music developed? What memories would you like to share with us?
Oh, well, I can remember when I was a kid, I used to love to be by myself. And I used to love to, if I were walking to the store, or if I was downtown shopping, going from one store to the other, or if I didn't have any money, just window shopping. One thing I would love to do is to sing songs, and I had a high tenor voice at that
Yes.
time. And I used to walk the streets and just sing and sing, but I was always a little embarrassed when someone was coming to me. Nowadays, people just continue to sing if they're approached by people. But when I saw somebody crossing the street, or I was catching up with somebody as I was walking, I would keep quiet. But I loved singing and I loved music. And I remember when I was 14 years old, I saved enough money to get a Greyhound bus to New York, and I went by myself.
Wow.
And I went to a record company, not realizing how those things were done, Robert.
Mhm.
I walked into a record company, went up on the 33rd floor. I can't remember
Oh,
the name
wow.
of that company.
Mhm.
14 years old.
Wow.
And I spent the night at the YMCA. Spent 2 nights at the YMCA. I think it was about $4 per night staying there.
Wow.
And I told the secretary at the desk, I just want to make a record. I want to see somebody who can record me.
Mhm.
And of course, she showed me the elevator real fast
Wow.
to get me back down. But at a young age, I developed a desire to sing.
Awesome. Wow. You said the YMCA, so that was more like a what? Like a overnight something?
It was exactly right.
Mhm.
Shared bath. Oh,
Okay.
boy, I don't wish that on anybody. But I mean, if you
Yeah.
have to, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And at that time, I had to do what I had to do, and a shared bath, and I was the youngest
Mhm.
person there.
Wow.
Lots of New York was
Wow.
something that.
At
place.
14.
Yeah,
Wow.
14 years old.
So that means if you was born in 1940, that means
1944.
1944. I apologize. Yeah. So that'd be 1958.
1960.
1960?
I think it was.
If you were
Oh, wait a
14.
minute. Oh, yeah. Whatever. My math is not so good. So you go ahead and do the
That's
math.
right. But you know what? That's amazing because you were 14.
14.
And kids, they go through so much that they sometimes not only forget their dreams, they don't even want to pursue their dreams. And we want to continue to encourage, no matter how young you are, 4 or 5, share it with somebody that you trust that can help you achieve your dream.
Absolutely.
That's bold.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
And you're like an OG right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's major. So how far was that trip?
It was 4 hours at that time.
From here or
From Washington,
From
D.C.
Washington,
Yeah,
D.C.
4-hour
Wow.
trip. And I think the tickets were like $7
Yeah, that's
each.
expensive.
Yeah, and at that time it really was. It took me a while to save $14 up. And then I had to have my couple of nights at the Y, and then of course my money for my pancakes in the morning and my hot dog in the evening.
Yes.
And but I tell you this, I was so disappointed that I couldn't talk to anybody in the
Wow.
record company, Onika. But this is what I did at Port Authority, which is the bus station in New York City on 8th Avenue. There was a recording machine there where you could actually go in, and I think you put $2 in it, and you have about 3 minutes where you can sing into a microphone.
Wow.
And I did that. I remember putting my $2 in. I sang a song, and a few minutes later it processed, and then the record slides out. It's a little 45. It slides out a little area, and I took it home. I couldn't wait to get home. I played it for everybody I met. I went to New York and I made a record.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yes, awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have some of the pictures of Mr. Small when he was a little bit older than 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you. So the next question, Onika.
Sure. So instead of mentioning in your bio that your initial gospel mission came to end, why did you feel that your initial gospel mission came to an end at that point?
Well, I was so disappointed because it didn't seem like I could get anywhere in terms of my gospel music. Nobody was paying me any attention, and not just me, but I knew a lot of my peers who were also feeling dejected and rejected. And so I decided that maybe I ought to try something else. So I went into the secular realm, and I started making a lot of progress
Yes.
in terms of what I wanted to do with recording and meeting people. And I felt an acceptance, a sense of acceptance there.
Wow.
That's how I met Esther Phillips. I wrote a song and Esther Phillips recorded it. And to this day, it's my biggest, well, second to the biggest project that I've ever had. The biggest one was when J. Cole sampled that particular song.
Wow.
And it just played worldwide. And so I'm just really excited about that. But since I did have the Spirit of God down on the inside of me, I just was never comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, with the lifestyle, and I really do thank God for bringing me back, because I know for a fact, I really believe that if I had stayed in the secular realm, that I would have been dead by now.
Yes.
Because most of the people that I admired, that I looked up to, that I ran with, they were all gone.
Wow. That's true.
And the Lord left me here.
And that's awesome, because it is so important that you know, as he said, this running, you know, because music is so vast, but it's the lifestyle that's connected to it.
Yeah.
And if you are a musician or artist or a dancer, just know that you can maintain your integrity.
Yeah.
Maintain, because you may not see the future, but you want to live the most successful life. And everybody may not approve with you, but you can do it. I believe that the Creator is opening up even greater doors that you can even make a living from it. But maintain your integrity no matter what. No matter what.
I wish I had heard that some years ago.
Yeah, I'm learning too, because I'm a musician, as you know.
Amen.
But you know, something we don't know, but our duty is to share it with the world.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right.
Next question.
Thanks for sharing that, Mr. Small.
You're more than welcome, Onika. Thank you.
So as a recommitted gospel artist, how do you feel about the music that you've made being sampled by secular artists?
Well, I am glad about it, actually, because even though it's secular, it was not, I'm glad it just didn't sit on the shelf and collect dust and do nothing. Because of it, I've been able to buy a sandwich here and there. And and I'm hoping that I can get someone to sample my godly, my Christian music.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that I can get someone to either sample it or record it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. So in your music journey, what would you say be your greatest accomplishment?
A lot of the accomplishments were and dear to my heart as it relates to the travel.
Yes.
I just enjoyed traveling all over. I remember when I went to Lagos, Nigeria. That was in '77, and that's also a video that you can visit on YouTube. It's Mayfield Small, and the name of the song that I'm singing there is "Lift Every Voice and Sing." I recorded that song at the ambassador's home in Lagos, Nigeria. And it was to express the sentiments of all of the Black Americans who came from the U.S. to Nigeria for this particular festival. And so this particular song is on YouTube. I'm asking that you visit that one as well. That was, I'll never forget that. It meant so much to me to be asked out of all of the many people who were there,
Yes.
Including Stevie Wonder, who was there for that particular festival. Miriam Makeba, now you guys may not remember her. She was an African. She passed away some years ago. Do you remember her, Onika?
I sure do.
Okay, yes,
Really?
yes,
Go, Anita.
absolutely, yeah. Miriam Makeba was there, but they did ask me out
Perfect. Yes.
they did ask me out of all of the Americans who were there, although she was African, but they asked me to express the sentiments of all of the Americans, Black Americans who came from the U.S. to Nigeria. And the song that they chose for me to do was "Lift Every Voice and Sing," which is otherwise known as the Black National Anthem.
Awesome.
And so I really took pleasure in doing that one.
Great.
Another one of my highlights was, as I said, mentioned in my bio, was being asked to be a guest soloist for the Progressive Baptist Convention, which was held in Los Angeles back in the day. And I really enjoyed that. I got to meet so many songwriters. Got to meet Daryl Coley there. Got to meet the guy that wrote, I forget his name, I think it's Jimmy something, the one that wrote I Really Love the Lord.
Wow.
He's the composer. As a matter of fact, I sat in one of his classes. And quite a few others we met there. So it's just been really great. And then another one was actually appearing as a guest artist as Daryl Coley preached at the New Image Baptist Church in Washington, D.C. That was wonderful. So I still miss Daryl's presence with us.
Yes. He's an amazing singer.
Yeah,
amazing
absolutely.
Well, thank you for sharing that. It seems that despite your detour, God still blessed you in your arena with the talent He's given you.
Yes, He
and you were
has.
still blessed to share this talent. So, and get a personal experience that none of your other counterparts can say that they've had. So, I think that's just an awesome thing.
Thank you
for
so
you.
much. Me too. I really consider it an honor to have been able to have those experiences. Only God could have blessed me with that.
Super fantastic. And speaking of those experiences, so which song did they sample, and what was the name of their song that they sampled it with?
Okay, the song that was sampled most was "That's All Right With Me," which is a song that I wrote for Esther Phillips, and it was a big hit back in the day on Kudu Records, Kudu Records, and it's owned by Creed Taylor. I think Creed is still alive, and he put out a lot of the jazz artists, so later comes people like Mobb Deep, and they all have their own names for it. So Mobb Deep has a name for it. It's called, oh dear,
Is that right?
you have to look it up online.
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J, look it up online. Faith Evans, Heaven Only Knows. So my song is featured in Heaven Only Knows.
Wow.
Also, I've come to realize that there's a movie out called Entourage, and my music is featured in that particular movie.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that until not too long ago, a few months ago, and I'm very happy about that. J. Cole is on his album. It's called Forest Hills 2014, and so I was very happy to have him to do that, to sample that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. Was there any other questions you had, Onika, other than your
Actually, No, I was just listening to the many samples being used for his, and just, and it's awe and admiring of that, that's a compliment in my opinion, to use something that someone else has made and just kind of make it your own. I think
Absolutely.
it's quite a compliment for that, and it makes it quality.
Absolutely. I really, really thank God for that. And if you ever, any of you are ever interested in knowing what my Discogs consist of, Discogs would be the songs that I've written
Okay.
and the songs that are released. It's called Mayfield. Just go to YouTube, Mayfield Small, not YouTube, Google Mayfield Small, and then click on my Discogs. And then you'll have a little button there that says Discogs, which will open up all of the songs, and it shows you all of the artists that have sampled my music.
So spell that.
Discogs, Discogs, and it's short for discography.
Okay.
Yeah, the proper name for it is discography,
Which means.
which means the songs that I've written, all of my pieces. Yeah, and you can actually pull that up on online.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Onika, after your proverb, is there another song that you'd like for us to play for you before we leave today?
Yes, I would love to play Jesus Saves. It is a song that's doing really well on Synergy One Radio out in Chicago right about now.
Mhm.
It's an internet radio station, but they are doing great things with Jesus Saves.
Mhm.
And I'd like for you to hear that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
And it's actually a hymn that
we coming up part of our program, which I love to share. It's called Proverbs. Most of our listeners who've been listening to us for quite some time know that I am a native of a country called Guyana. It's in South America. And so we have things called Proverbs that, just words of wisdom, things that apply to daily life. And I personally love them because they truly are applicable. Now, the thing about it that you may not understand is that this particular proverb is in Guyanese Creole, which is basically a broken form of English.
Cool.
And Ebonics, so to speak, to say. And so I would definitely share one that is so applicable to this particular show. And so I'm going to go ahead and say it in my Guyanese Creole lingo, and then I'm going to go ahead and translate what I said, and then of course give the meaning behind the proverb. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So the proverb for today is, if you not get wings, not go aboard sport. If you not get wings, not go aboard sport. So basically it's saying, if you do not have wings, do not go to bird activities. So and the translation in this whole entire thing is, if you feel that you do not belong somewhere, you should not go there or stay there. And the title of our show is Renewing Your First Love. And you knew that you had to get back to where God started you so many years before. And you renewed it. And despite the years away, God still blessed you. He kept you. He provided. But He felt that you needed to come back, and He will continue mighty great things for you right there where you are now for His glory. So you renew your first love, and I think that's an awesome, awesome opportunity. And I pray that God will continue to just bless you on this new, renewed journey that you have.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Play music.
Yeah.
This is actually a hymn. That's a hymn redone.
Okay. Jesus Saves. I like it.
Oh,
You
thank
know what's
you.
coming to mind? I know a local artist. I'm gonna try to forward that too.
Oh,
To
wonderful.
spice it up.
Please do.
It's already spicy.
Yeah, but
I-
please do.
I know exactly who I can try to forward that to. Beautiful,
Oh,
awesome,
wonderful.
awesome.
Thank God.
So we thank Mayfield Small for joining us today on Renewing Your First Love. As you know, we are here every Sunday at 5 p.m. and also on YouTube Live. Right over there at that camera, every Sunday at 5 p.m. And as always, if you know anyone else that you would like for us to increase this platform for, please send it to itneedstobeheard@gmail.com. That it needs, with an S, to be heard @gmail.com. And at any time, send us any other ideas or shows that you'd like for us to do next season as well. Ms. Mayfield Small, before Anika gives us our closing statements, how can you be reached?
You can reach me by email. That's M like Mayfield, small, JR, the number 4, at AOL.com. Again, M small, JR4 at AOL.com. And you may also reach me by telephone at 301-247-8964. Again, that's 301-247-8964. And you can also send me a message on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd also like for you to like my Facebook page, Best Music for Life.
Awesome. Anika? Onika? All right, okay. So we don't hear Onika right now because she's in New York doing great things. But as you know, always, this is It Needs to Be Heard with Mr. Robert Eugene Young.